day number 21. It's a Saturday. Chilly last night, probably mid-40s.
All packed up and ready to go. 9:30. It's another glorious day here in California. Kings Canyon is absolutely beautiful. Hopefully Sequoia meets that. There's a moon up there. They actually had a laundry facility here, so I took the time this morning to get some clean clothes and a shower. And I am ready for another week of riding. So here we go, day 21. It's a Saturday. I'm on California 180 in Sequoia National Forest. I think I just left the Kings Canyon Park. It's kind of weird, like I mentioned yesterday, it's a discontinuous park. So part of this is going to be the Sequoia National Forest. Go back into Kings Canyon National Park, and then I think that butts right up against Sequoia National Park. Where I hope to visit today, Sherman's Tree, which is the largest sequoia and I think the largest tree in the world that's alive by volume. These trees are not as high as some other trees, but they are just huge at the base. There's a river there on my left, still down in the canyon. Up here is Grizzly Falls. Riding in the opposite direction is like a whole new experience. Look at the colors. Greens, burnt oranges, browns, gray, tan. Pretty impressive, huh? Holy cow. Very cool. It's an overused adjective. I think I'm going to take a layer off. It's hard not to stop for the photographic opportunities. It's like around every corner. That looks like a good bike ride. Down there's the canyon floor with the river. You can see the road winding back and forth as it makes its way up the canyon wall. Kings Canyon National Park, back in it again. In the Sequoia National Forest, again outside of the national park. Losing elevation. Sequoia National Park. This is great riding too. Don't have the views, at least so far, the Kings Canyon did, but the riding is just superb. This is called General's Highway, since further north is the Grant Tree and down here is the Sherman Tree. I'm starting to lose altitude, but my GPS indicated I was at 7,316 feet, and you could feel it. Temperature's down to 66 degrees. It was mid 70s about 20 minutes ago, half an hour ago. A little hazy out there. Still a pretty view. Heading back to Sherman Tree parking. This is what happens on a weekend in a national park. Just trying to get a parking spot. There's a line. Entering the giant forest. This reminds me of the Redwood National Park, but the trees are just so much fatter and not quite as tall. Look at that sequoia. Man, oh man, it's huge. Here's another one. And another one. Look at them back there. Wow. Pretty impressive. Look at this. They just keep coming. Massive trees. Not quite 180 degrees, but a bit of a switchback. Wow, that's cool. Well, I know why they call it Sequoia National Park. That has to be 180 degrees. And this is close to 180 degrees. Down to 5,000 feet. Temperatures are going up. Somebody in front of me must be spending a lot of time on their brakes because I can smell the hot brake pad. I mean either second or third gear. I'll occasionally use the brakes, but for the most part I'm able to stay off of them. Nice view. Look at that. Shows the switchback. There's a switchback coming up right here for me. $4,000 feet, dropped another 1,000. Whole series of switchbacks here. At least they give you a warning with the signs. Whenever they say like 10 miles an hour, that means it's pretty severe. It's getting warmer as I drop altitude. And yet another. This must be what riding the Alps is like. I don't think I've ever experienced as many switchbacks in a short period of time as this road. 2 more back to back. That's 1. Here's 2. I'm in 3rd gear, should be in 2nd. That's better. Mostly concerned about cars coming over the center line, because if I'm in a turn like that and somebody comes over the center line, things could not end well. Cars see me in their rearview mirror and they think I'm going to go ripping on by. Well, they know that I am not that kind of a rider. It is 84 degrees and I think it's going to be warm the next few days as I head towards Death Valley National Park. Road straightened out just a bit. That was intense riding. These 2 national parks have fabulous motorcycle riding. Roads are in great shape, and the twists and curves and the elevation changes and the things to see, it's really been phenomenal. Say goodbye to Sequoia National Park. Next park, Death Valley. So I gotta find some groceries. I'm about 11 miles from my campground. It's 3:35. Just picked up some groceries. Didn't have much in terms of fresh food, but it'll do for dinner. It's really warm. It's in the low 90s. 95 actually, mid 90s. That's a pretty area. I think that's where I'm headed right there. A little valley. Doesn't look like there's much shade. Creek Campground. That's where I'm looking for. And I have to find out tonight. Hopefully there's signal here where I'm going to stay tomorrow. It's hot. It's like 95 degrees. You can see the grass is not doing terribly well. Pretty view out in the distance. Just going to try to find a little shade. Wait it out. Pretty Spartan food tonight. Chicken noodle soup. Some cashews, bagel, banana, and a banana nut muffin for dessert with Dr. Pepper. Just wasn't much here in terms of grocery store, so that is what it's going to be. The view is nice though. Got a long day tomorrow, so about 6 hours of riding to get across Death Valley and the national park there. So I'm going to leave here at 6 in the morning, try to get across Death Valley before the temperatures get above 100 degrees. Good morning. It's day 22, beginning of week 4, Sunday. It is 6:40 in the morning. I left about 5 minutes ago. I have a pretty good ride today. 5 hours, 35 minutes, 337 miles at this point. Already put a couple miles on. Woke up at 5:15. Broke camp. And I am going to try to make as much distance as I can to get through the Death Valley and Death Valley National Park before it gets blistering hot. I made a motel reservation on the other side of Death Valley because I think it's just going to be too hot to camp this afternoon, this evening. So unfortunately there's no easy cut through to get over there. As the crow flies, it's probably only 120 miles or something like that, but I got to go way south, and then I can make easterly, and then I got to head way north again, and then I got to head east again. So it's kind of a U-shaped travel formation, not very efficient, but it's really the only thing I think that's out there. Finished the southerly route. Now I get to turn east before I go north. But still 4 hours of riding. Temperature's still pleasant, 73 degrees. My odometer just hit 55,785 miles. What's the relevance of that, you might ask? Well, if you take that mileage and you add it to the other motorcycles that I've ridden, as an adult. I have reached 90,000 miles with my motorcycle. So just wanted to memorialize this event. I started riding back in 2001. I've been riding for 23 plus years. Started off with a motorcycle safety course that my wife bought me as a birthday present. And after I took that course, I went out and bought a Suzuki Cruiser. Rode that for a while and enjoyed it a lot. Took an advanced rider training course because I enjoyed it so much, and ended up trading that in for an FJR 1300 out in eastern Connecticut. I'm in Bakersfield, California, and they gave me a free fruit with my gas purchase. It's cold too. I may have to break that out. Another hour or so, maybe my next break. Not really hungry right now. I am glad my V-Strom only uses a couple gallons of gas. Gasoline is expensive in California. I was having trouble with connectivity last night, and I asked my wife to check the weather report. She said it could be anywhere from 110 to 130 degrees Fahrenheit in the afternoon. That's why I'm really pushing hard to get through it as quickly as I can. I still have 217 miles, which includes crossing the desert. Really fill up with fuel before I cross that desert. I don't know whether there's much in the way of supply across it, and I certainly don't want to put myself at risk for running out. Those kind of temperatures predicted. I am gaining altitude as I go over this pass. 2,600 feet. Looks like I'm going to get over 4,000. Right, drop down. Right in the field of wind generators. Mojave. Here we go. I was heading east. Now I'm going to start heading mostly north and east. These are conditions where this throttle lock works extremely well because it's level. So once you get the speed set where you want, it stays pretty much there until you release it. Not as good as cruise control, but it's a nice cheap alternative for a bike that doesn't offer it. I don't know whether you can see it or not, but there's a huge solar farm here to the left. Well, that road stretches out a ways. It has a beauty all its own. Oh, there's like nobody out here. I haven't even hit Death Valley yet. Searles Valley is the name of the little place here. Looks like salt, but it smells like sulfur. Supposed to be a fuel station here coming up in 4.5 miles. I think it's my last chance. I delayered, opened all the vents on my suit, refilled my fuel tank, refilled my hydration pack with water, and I had one of those plums that was given to me at the last gas station, which was extremely juicy and good. So I am revitalized, ready for the next 2 hours of riding through the desert. Temperatures 90 degrees and climbing. Death Valley National Park. I have 62 miles to go, an hour and 12 minutes. That's kind of an interesting perspective. Climb up into the mountains. Wasn't expecting that. There's a sign back there that said, avoid overheating, turn off air conditioning next 10 miles. Poor people in the cars are going to have to act like motorcyclists. Deal with the heat. 94 degrees. It's manageable. Sign indicated a squiggly road for the next 6 miles. This is beautiful. Completely different than my expectations. Completely different. I am gaining elevation. I'm up to 3,000 feet. and it's still climbing. Wow, it's really pretty. Oh, look at this. Town Pass, 4,956 feet. Brake check area, it said. Downgrade next 17 miles. It's 82 degrees. I lost, let's see, it was 94. So I lost 12 degrees of temperature. Probably 10 minutes, 12 minutes. But that means what can go down can come up. I envision Death Valley as being flat as a pancake as far as the eye can see. I had no idea I was going to go over a little mountain range. And curves in the road. Cool temperatures right at this moment. What a nice respite from the heat. What a view. Well, here is the visitor center, and I need to present my pass. There's fuel, general store. I am, according to my GPS, at a little bit below sea level. The sign back there said at sea level. I had the opportunity to go down a road. It looks like it's about 17 miles south of this road to go to the lowest point in North America, below sea level. So depending on how I feel when I get there, I may take it. I'm supposed to be coming back here tomorrow because it will be backtracking. I'm actually not too bad. I mean, it's 90 degrees out. And I was outside for a few minutes without moving on the motorcycle, and I'm warm, but it's not like I'm dying of heat. This park gets only 2.14 inches of water per year, and if they get 2 or 3 inches, which has happened in one downfall, doesn't happen very often, but when it does, apparently it wreaks havoc on the roads and washes them out, causes all kinds of damage. So this is a true desert environment. I think the hottest temperature in North America was recorded here. Elevation at sea level. 100 degrees. The elevation is negative 190 feet. Furnace Creek Visitor Center. So Badwater is 17 miles, Artist Drive is 8 miles. Furnace Creek Visitor Center was pretty crowded. The park ranger said it was only supposed to get up to 105. I said, yeah, my bike was showing 101 right now, and he said, yeah, that sounds about right. Well, here's Badwater. You can see where all the cars are. Shining in the sunshine. 101 degrees.
Badwater Basin. Lowest point in North America.
Hello from Badwater Basin.
There's actually liquid here. Gets trapped.
Now I'm headed north, as far south as I'm going to go. And I'm going to take this artist drive that I passed on my way south. It's supposed to be quite nice. It's limited to vehicles under 25 feet. And the loop looks like it's curvy and windy and goes up into the mountains here to the right. I'm coming up to my turn. If you see those cars there, the 2 white cars, that's where I'm going to be headed up. And then the road goes up into those foothills. Artist Palette. 5 miles. One-way road next 9 miles. A little longer than I thought. That'll be alright. Still have some water left and I'm okay on fuel. I will admit it right now. Death Valley is far more pleasing than I thought it was going to be. Temperatures are brutal, but the place is beautiful.
Sun shines every day.
pinks, the browns, the plants with their bluish tinge, some more green. There's the Artist Palette overlook. I don't know whether the road goes back there from here. Yeah, it's a slight detour. It's purples and greens, pinks and browns and tans and whites. I was skeptical that this area would be worthy of a national park, but it definitely is. But how interesting can a desert be? But it has so much to offer and things to see, with the mountains surrounding it, and salt flats, and low elevation, beautiful rock colors. It is 104 degrees. My phone wouldn't. I was trying to use the camera on the phone, and the warning signal came up saying the phone was too hot. And I noticed my batteries on my GoPro are draining quickly. Just put another one in. The GoPros don't like the heat either. I think I'm done touring for today. It is 2:20. Got about an hour ride up to my motel. I may stop and get gas. I noticed that they had a fuel station here, just to be on the safe side. So I work my way out. I've only got 43 miles with 115 miles of range, but if I go at a good clip, that range may start to disappear on me. The park ranger hit it right on the head. 105 degrees Fahrenheit. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. It's like riding through an oven. Ventilated suit does, I think, extremely well. I have tested it from near freezing to 105, and I couldn't ask for it to do much better. That is a very interesting shaped mountain. Let's find out what that's called. So it's got shoulders on either side of it. Well, it's time to say goodbye to California. Got a chance to visit 5 national parks while I was here, and in heading into Nevada, that was all the sign that they had, just a little stick in the ground. I feel like I finally turned the corner on this trip. Beginning of week 4, and it shouldn't take me, barring any problems with the bike or bad weather, it shouldn't take me that long to get home. Still 4 more national parks I want to visit. With any luck, maybe 5. But there's 4 that I haven't been to on a motorcycle. Gauge on the motorcycle is showing 87 degrees Fahrenheit. It feels much more comfortable. So why would Nevada have a sign here? I guess because it's outside of the national park boundary? Probably. Welcome to Beatty. Gateway to Death Valley.